So welcome Sumaiya, welcome, a very hearty welcome to Elevate Consulting, and I'm so excited to welcome you to this career coaching session. How about you? Are you excited too?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for having me. It's great to be part of this.
Great, great Sumaiya. So before we begin, I know we are here to actually see how what all things that you can do to make elevate your career as fast as it could. And we will chart out a plan. Basically, this will be like a strategy call where we will chart out a plan for you and what are the action items so that that will be helpful for you to move ahead and to make your career trajectory better. So, give me a short synopsis, Sumaya, of what have you been doing and your educational background, so that then we can take it further.
Okay. So I recently completed my bachelor's degree in architecture, and
Okay.
I did my internship at My Home Constructions and Vishnu Vardhan sir, who is a great architect. And My Home is kind of a large scale firm. So,
Mhm.
if you see in Madhapur and all the high tech city, large gated communities, it belongs to that. It was designed by My Home. So, it after that, I took a short break. So, I finished my 9 months training and I didn't continue. Well, I got the offer to continue, but I didn't because it was adding a lot of pressure on me because it was kind of big firm and I was getting overwhelmed with opportunities and I did not want to miss out on other opportunities. So then I started taking art workshops on my own because I always had this dream of starting something on my own. Uh, so after having 9 months experience of working in a corporate firm, then I slowly started to think, what if I open my own architecture firm with my college friends? Because we have like-minded ideas and we can work for more hours and we can adjust accordingly. Because in a corporate firm, it was like 9 to 5, so it was 9 to 6. And then coming home from the traffic, I did not have time to even paint one single artwork
Yeah.
and being passionate about painting and stuff, so I started taking workshops, uh, and after taking those workshops I got few invitations for teaching in the teaching field. So I was offered few teaching jobs, but then again I got that fear of what if I get stuck here and I cannot have time for focusing on my business. And then I just want help on how I should not get overwhelmed and stick to one plan. I think I have that problem of jumping on different fields at the same time. So I want to do both, or at least I want someone who can guide me on which thing I should focus more. Because when taking workshops, also I have to do the designing, arrangements, shoot the artwork, uh, take videos, edit the videos, upload on Instagram. Everything I have to do alone. So I have to do multiple jobs at the same time, which is very difficult again. So I sometimes get lost uh, in all of those ideas. So I want someone who can help me, or at least help me decide and plan how I should break down these goals and focus one thing at a time. So yeah, that's
Wow. Very, I want to actually clap for you. You are so clear and you know exactly what you want, and you also have thought about what you are good at. And the biggest thing which I like about you is like you like most of us do, they like the job security, because the safest option is to have a job and all, but you know how much you can get on the table, you can put on the table, so you believe in your skill set, and that those are the people who are really passionate to get things to the world. They want to contribute to the world, not just do their job and do that. And you are also very clear about what you want to do. That's a very clear step. Only you need a bit of help in strategizing, and that's why we are here, so that you can have a clear set of picture as to what should be your focus items and how you can prioritize things and all. I think everyone needs that because we all have those kind of tendencies that we try to, jump into too many things, and then which puts us on a back pedestal. So, Sumaya, so can we
Yes.
conclude from what all you have said, that you know that your passion is into art, and you are fully like you are fully convinced that that will bring out the best in you, even if you don't get paid for that, you will like to still do art. Is that a true statement?
Ma'am, some of it is true. Again, as I said, I want to have both the options open for me. So I don't just want to go in art field, but architecture and art both at the same time.
Okay.
Because I have noticed that few of my juniors, I personally struggled this during my college time. And if I read this article about top successful habits of an architect, and it said because these softwares are always upgrading. So we have to at least put 2 hours aside and practice those softwares to stay in the game. So there are many other software courses. So I thought of taking those workshops, hosting those kind of workshop for my juniors. And currently, I'm doing UX designing course that is not solely related to art, but again, it adds on to my resume. So I'm looking for more of art workshops, also software workshops. So just different types of workshops. And about the business plan, I don't have a good idea right now. So if I get an idea, then I will think about it. But yeah, so these are the things, because these software sessions and Zoom meetings, like how we are doing now, they're very feasible, because the software training I took online, they say that it is easy and relatable, but then it differs on different city levels also. So now, because I know what my juniors are facing, I can help them from my college level. So I want to focus only on my area first, and then think of something global. So yeah, so planning both on software classes and art workshops.
Okay. So when you say software classes, that is related to your architecture,
Yes, ma'am.
correct? Software
Yes.
classes. So can we say that, can we conclude that what you want to basically do is, you want to do work on this architecture software classes which you are taking for students presently. You want to have a kind of balance between both, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Between architecture software classes and also your art workshop. So when I say
Yes.
art, what are you exactly doing? You're doing art workshops, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
You are doing art workshops. And how frequently do you do this art workshops, Sumaya?
So first it started during COVID on
Okay.
Zoom meetings. That was the first session. So it was a series. I did not expect the positive feedback. But after that, I started taking weekly Zoom meeting workshops. So it was like weekly. And one time there was a huge gap of 2 months. After that, I got few requests. So I was doing two workshops in one single day. So one morning time and one evening time. And then after that, I started my internship. So there was a huge break. I stopped taking workshops altogether. And recently, I started offline workshops. So that one recent workshop was at Paiga Tomes. That was last Sunday it was. And before that, it was in JBR Architecture College. So yeah, so now if I say, it is a monthly workshop, I think I do in a duration of 30 days.
Okay. Wow, that's great. So now, do you have any kind of you have any presence, right? You have online presence. How do you market these workshops and everything?
Yeah, ma'am. That page I started just like a hobby, but slowly I started to shift it to a more content creating official Instagram page. But now I want to work on my LinkedIn profile because I also have plans to shifting to Canada. So for that, I need to have my LinkedIn profile good, and I also need experience in India, and not just monthly workshops, but I want more weekly or at least alternate day workshops to have to build a strong resume for that. So I'm kind of slow in the game, so I want help from that.
Oh, okay, so when you are saying you want to move to Canada, it's on basis of this workshops, what you're doing.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Uh, so I think it comes under freelance or business. I'm not sure of that. Still working on it, and but what I have read, I think they want more in the sense ke more workshops in a single day. So for that, I need to speed up my workshops or these kind of seminars, or at least I don't know, maybe join another job again and try to shift the workshops during the evening time. So yeah.
Okay, so now here, good that you told me all that, because otherwise our strategy would have been different. So what I see now is like you have a priority now. Can I say that now your priority is to move to Canada on basis of these artworks and art workshops? Can we say that?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Right? And you want to grow that further, grow on that front further. So then,
Yes.
don't you think then this what you are doing about the courses and all that looks like a bit of distraction in all this? Because if you are focusing there, then you are falling behind on these things, and that is actually affecting your future plan, which your ultimate target is. Looks like. What do you say?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
correct, correct. So, what usually happens, Sumaya, is that we try to balance two boats, and then, because we are women here, we have other responsibilities. We have self care, we need to manage families and everything, and there is only limited time in a day. So, we need to be very vicious about where do we spend our time in. Otherwise, we will be spending here and there, and then you cannot,
Yes.
you will not be able to actually get the result that you want in life. So so what I notice here is that you are presently spending time in art and architecture courses which you had mentioned, and then also you are doing this workshops. But as I see, you are very clear about your focus, your ultimate goal. Because see, ultimately we need to see, we need to have a vision where we want to be, and based on that we need to decide what we need to do presently. I hope you agree, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
can I, as I understand, your broad vision is that you need to reach Canada, and the way you want to use this art workshops is to actually expand it more, so that you get more and more into this, and you need to actually adopt that as a full-time career option in Canada. Is that correct? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
great. Great. So now, in a day, you have like typically how many hours you work, Sumaya? Like how much working hours do you get in a day? When do you start?
Uh,
When your day starts? When your day ends? Like work day?
uh, so during job,
Hmm.
I it was like 9 to 5 again. So it was morning shift. So 9 to 5, I left home at 8. So yeah, it was early start to a day. But when I used to come back home, I used to give at least 2-3 hours for Instagram, and at least not being online. I planned my workshops, and if I had a workshop, it was of 2 hours. So that is one session. So I used to have like one session max while working, and so yeah, that was my routine. But when I quit my job, uh, it's usually 4 hours for my classes, software upgrading skills. So after that, I take 2 hours of workshop to my juniors. So again, like half day is gone in that. So learning, and then also my learning, that is senior program, and the juniors, they have different syllabus. So I take workshops on that, and so yeah, so half day goes like that, and another half is mostly about other works that I'm trying, like UX, and
Okay.
I used to do an online job for a Saudi company, for a Saudi architect. So I was trying to, join this work from home job. So yeah, it was kind of a mix of all of that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, can I say that you are spending like 2 to 3 hours in a day on your art related thing? Can I say that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And yeah, maybe what we need to do here is, because you need to focus on all of your focus now, I believe, because you have a skill on hand, this courses and everything which you have done will also add to your expertise one way or the other. But if it in some way is actually holding you back from going viciously into art, then maybe you need to reprioritize. What I mean is, you need to actually go go and look deep into how you can expand your, and have a consistent plan about how you will conduct your art workshops, because I feel they are a major draw, because you have to start them based on a public demand. So that means it's already giving you results that you want to be, right? So how can we now see, Sumaiya, what all can be our steps for your art workshops? Like what all do you think you can do in terms of business to grow in art workshops? What can be our strategies? Do you have presence on various platforms? As you mentioned to me, you have it on Instagram, right?
Mhm.
And then, so at least you have been posting consistently on Instagram.
Yes, I'm struggling with that also,
Okay.
because yeah, I should be posting more of it and related to the subject, but sometimes I get carried away, and because I'm doing so many things, jumbling all of that, and I have to really focus on one thing at a time. So even while posting, usually content creators, they have a specific timetable, and they plan out what subject to post on this week, and then after 24 hours they delete, or when the story expires they post a new one and try to grab the audience attention.
Tension,
And
correct.
I'm kind of not doing a lot on it, so I need help with that as well. And uh, few of other artists that I follow, they have hired a professional who does that for them. But for me, I did not hire anyone for art workshops as of now. It's just me and my friends who support me, so I don't have a team like that.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay. You have your friends team, I should say.
Yeah.
You have, I think, friend and family who support you. So that's the good part. That's nice. And do you have a specialization kind of, Sumaya? Like when you say artwork, how will you be, like, which kind of people would approach you? Do you have that in mind? Like what kind of customers, like for example, at our home, if we have a, some kind of function or something, we will think of who will provide this supplies, who will give us this, who will give that. So what kind of people will need your, basically, do you think will have a lot of requirement for your art? That's what is my question. So is there anything that you're targeting like that?
Yes, when people usually say art, they have different levels of uh, theories and confusions together. But if I put into simple terms, I have divided into 3 to 4 subcategories. So first is solely for architecture students or art students. So they have detailed questions, and they have problems that, because I'm in the same field, I can understand that.
Okay.
Sorry for that voice. Yeah. So another category is for non-artists. Someone who they don't have any clue about art, or maybe they hate art, someone like that. So that the second category is where I'm getting a lot of positive feedback on. Because usually when we say art workshop, not many people are interested. Only some people, like younger siblings of the house or kids, only they are interested. Adults are kind of, chalo aap hi kar lo, humko nahi aana hai, and they kind of stay back at home. But my workshop, as of now, that is for non-artists, is a geometrical pattern workshop that anyone can do with a compass, scale, and pencil. And that workshop is helping, even working professionals, because there are a lot of extracurricular activities going on in corporate offices right now, and even gated communities, they have many festivals coming up. So that's the reason people are showing interest in these kind of things. So with compass, everyone will get the same result by following the dimensions and all. So when they complete the pattern, they are getting a feeling of satisfaction. And only and the second part of the activity is, is just like splashing in few colors and all of that. That also works as art therapy. So I did two workshops in mental health organization, NGOs. So they want these kind of, so because it feels like art therapy,
Yes.
even though I did not plan this to be an art therapy activity, but they mentioned that it is similar to that.
Okay,
So
great.
yeah.
Mashallah, that's
uh,
really awesome. Okay, okay.
so it is attracting non-artist public. So yeah.
And Sumaya, the thought that I got in mind is, you can actually use it like a family activity, because nowadays there are many less avenues. People don't like to, do many things as a part of family, this thing and all. So you can, because I know of workshops. I used to be in Dubai. You were also, I think, abroad, so you know how it is like. That's kind of like an event where they like to do it. They have a lot of studios where they invite families to come and do that. And that, like, that kind of workshops are, I think, really a blessing in disguise, because nowadays people and families don't know what to do together. They want to do some
Yeah,
activity, but they have no idea of what can be done. And what better than this, because that's like a therapy. That's definitely soothing. And moms would do anything to get their children off gadgets.
yeah.
So you will get a huge audience, I'm sure. And good that you told me all this, because now I think I don't need to ask you that question, but it's now very clear to you that how can you, on what thing you have to prioritize. You told me when we started that you need help in prioritizing. See, now you actually, when we talk, things get a lot clear. That is the reason coaching works, my programs and everything, because I used to be in the same position as you. I joined coaching because I was very used to be confused about everything, how I should make decision, what is right, what is not. I was so fearful of everything, because I wanted to move my career, because I was into IT and I loved helping others. And I took 2 years to actually, decide that I have to move from my career, what I thought my actually profession is, into my passion. So what I mean is, everyone needs help. And when I saw the effects of coaching, the advantages of coaching, I really felt that everyone should experience it. They should get that clarity, because we all support each other, and that's the way we grow into a powerful community. So based on what all you said, I think now it is very much clear that you need to actually go on one boat. I feel like I will not be giving you suggestion here, because it's a very personal decision. But then I would tell you what I would have been doing if I were in your place. And then it's up for you to talk to yourself and see how do you feel about it. Because now you get quite little time, I feel, in this art and everything, because you are in too many things. So the first thing, as you know, when we specialize, you need to have all of your focus in that. So that will be the first action item which I feel comes out of this discussion, is that you need to, because when you are a specialist, then when we go to MBBS doctors, physicians, they are very common. they don't even charge us much, but they give you general prescription. But when we have some kind of issue with our heart and all, we prefer to go to a specialist, and that's why they even charge you more. So I want you to be a specialist of one particular field, or rather you decide. I want you to decide which field is it that you would love to work. And because, and I'm sure the way you mentioned to me about the therapy, about the NGO, about the this team building, family building, the art therapy which you are saying, it can be used in so many fields. It has so much of, you have a scope to contribute through your work. And I think that is that satisfaction that every human being deserves. So the first thing is that you have to prioritize one field so that you can put all your focus on that, and you become a specialist, a name to reckon with in art work. And you can even specialize, as you mentioned to me about geometrical pattern workshop and everything. You because definitely you must have studied, right? You must have taken a lot of knowledge and everything, and then you must have been starting to say. So it's not possible for human beings to be perfect in art, because art is like an ocean, right? So maybe that is also one of the pointer that I would have done, is to select my niche, select my specialization, what kind of, because what happens is when you select this kind of thing, then you will be able to target that kind of audience who would be interested in that thing, right? If you are saying geometrical pattern workshop, then like it will be very easy. That's what I understand. Anyone with the geometry thing can be done. So you can market it accordingly, that even child can do. Then you can write, because people have to be told all these things, that you have to market in such a way that family can do it. So you can make different posters, you can take the help of friends who are good in digital media, designing brochures and all. And then once you have your package ready, once you have first step is specialization. Your specialization, you should be very clear whether you would be in geometrical patterns, and if so, if something else also can be added, that is the first step. And then second, you need to design how much you will be charging, what are the kind of packages that you will be offering to them. Like for example, family package, you can say, for a family get together, where family day out workshop, where you will have the interesting things for children also, adults also, and all, with minimum, like it should be so simple that they should enjoy. The complexity level should be very, it should neither be so easy that they don't get interested. Yeah, so you need to really put your thinking cap on and get into a creative side where you give them all kind of things. So I think you need to spend your time now. So let's make an action plan. First, you will decide on your specialization, as to, if I want to give you a statement, I specialize in, like, what is your name of your company? Sumaiya, or I would rather say Sumaiya specializes in. I want that statement, specializes in artwork of geometrical patterns or whatever it is. Okay, you should have a statement which you can use it in everywhere, because that will become your brand and people will identify you with that. So that is the first thing you need to do. And the second one is identify what all kind of packages that you will have. Like you mentioned to me about architecture students and non-artists. So now we can even come even for NGOs. So you have mentioned, and then you can have for families. You can have just for kids who are like, you can actually say it's called de-addiction workshop. you know Digital. I was actually, to be very frank, I'm telling you, because I was looking for the, I told my husband, I want to get these kids to these kind of workshops. They have to keep them busy the whole weekend. Because otherwise, if you go for their one for one day and then come, then full day, then they get that interest. If it is just for 1 or 2 hours, they'll not be able to hold that. So that is the reason people usually have that kind of thing, that you need to think on that, like a weekend. You can say this is a weekend thing, when a long weekend, there's second Saturday or this thing, that all kids can come of different age groups, so they can make friendships and all. I'm just throwing you ideas so that you can see what kind of things applies to you and what will be easy for you to arrange, manage logistically, because this is something like when we do, we will realize what are the difficulties. So you can maybe do something online, you will know what kind of children are there and what will be the problems that you will face, and then with that experience you can actually plan later an offline event, and you can even specialize in that. After trying out different things, you will get to know which one thing you should stick on to, and that makes maximum profit and for you also, and maximum contribution to others also. So I feel, because now we have nearly 8 minutes going on, so I want to give you the maximum value out of it. First thing is speciality. I'm sure you're making notes, right, Sumaya?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah. So package, then you can actually decide on what kind of packages you have, a family package. In that, what kind of things that you want to include, what kind of resources, artworks, and you will be requiring. You need to purchase them, right? You need a team. What kind of team? Which friend will be good with kids? You need to have all those things charted out. What I would suggest is make a PowerPoint or whatever works for you. For me, PowerPoint is very easy. I put everything and then I write what, where, when, how. I put everything on this so that I have a clear, and I also get it reviewed by someone, so that if I am missing on something, then someone can guide me. So you can make it better and better. And then once you have all these things, your business plan ready, then go to social media. Now if you just post that, there will be no call to action, there will be nothing that you will be able to get other than just posting it as is. So first you need to work on yourself. I feel where you talk to yourself about what thing you need to specialize on, and if there is any specialty that you really get excited about, you can choose that, and then select your packages, like whom all non-architecture students, architecture students, kids, families. Maybe I'm just giving you four broad categories. You can even select working women, or weekend corporates if they want to do like those kind of things. You can select and see which one is most easy and feasible for you. That is the second action item. And then third one would be, now that you have this package, now you take some social media people or who can design posters for you, and then see what all, how a posters, you can see many posters for many things. What is the minimum information that you can put on the poster so that it invokes the curiosity, of others. People come to you, and such kind of curiosity post you should create on social media so that people actually click on that, come to that. And then whenever you have a package, you can then just use our Zoom sessions to get a mock up of how those sessions will be, how you can make it better. When you keep on doing that, set a frequency that I will be doing 5 workshops in 2 weeks, whatever, 6 workshops in 2 weeks, so that you will get better and better. When you drive the cycle, then only you get better. You cannot just sit and plan. So you have to do that. And then but you will need a team for sure, because this is quite quite a task. So better to hire a team, and hire in the sense, just get your family and friends whom you trust and who have different kind of skill set, who will actually work with you. So that will be third, your social media presence. So till now you are doing it on Instagram. So my what usually I prefer is, on one platform be consistent, because I know of many people who have generated like crores in just being on Instagram. But what people usual mistake is, they try to be on every platform but nothing like very detailed on even one platform. So if you are picking one platform, that's good, be on that, and you can be on any other platform also. If you are targeting working type of people, corporates, then you can go on LinkedIn. But if you are targeting more like kids, women and all, you can go on Facebook. That will make more sense. So select only two as of now, and put it very neatly so that people, just looking at it, they will be able to understand. Nowadays everyone is very lazy. They want to just know. If even if you leave this much ambiguity, they will move ahead. They will not be interested. So everything has to be served to the platter. Then it will be easy for them to eat it and digest. So that is one thing I wanted. These are the three things. And other than that, what I wanted to tell you is like I can see that you have too much of your hands full. So do you take out time for your self care also? Do you take out time for your health also? Because this is very important for us in the long run. In coaching, we just don't say that you focus on your career and also, because we know that we cannot focus on career. Though this is a career coaching call, I know that, but we see life is अगर एक पहिया चार पहिए हैं, एक पहिया ढसल जाता है तो गाड़ी नहीं बढ़ सकती ना आगे. तो in fact we ask them that you should need to take care of your health. You can research about something. There's a wheel of life. So we need to be first comes health, because without health there is nothing. Health, relationships, family, self care, everything, fun, recreation. You need to have a healthy balance of all these things, because we ladies are very we want to do this and that and that and this, and in that process we turn to we our productivity dips down because we are not taking care of ourselves. On the other hand, so what my actual suggestion would be that you take some time out to plan your ideal day, where you take out time for your overall health. Try to get up early and meditate, do some meditations, tell some good things to yourself that will create a productive day. Do some exercise, eat some healthy food, and then spend some time, because when we do all these things, and even if you spend less time, you will get very good result. On the other hand, if you just work and do nothing else, you will have that feeling that I am not doing this, and your body will not be able to sustain and your mind will not be able to support you. So Sumaiya, these are some of the things that I could think of, and so this is just like a broad discussion that I gave you. Other than that, we have very many detailed things. We have many tracks, many programs, life coaching programs, where we use tools. We give them online, techniques and online modules, by which we actually help people overcome their whatever inhibitions that are stopping them to go further. So you can always go for some full track career coaching also, if you want, or a life coaching that will help you in every areas. But as of now, I feel you are quite an enterprising lady, mashallah, and you just need a direction. And I am hoping that this has helped you, and you will be able to take these things and go ahead and have a very bright future, inshallah. What are your thoughts? Let me know.
When we met you, me and my sister first there, so that time we knew that you had a very strong personality to it. So I always like to follow the people I like, and I try to inhibit their qualities. So when my sister told me that you were taking sessions like this, so I only like to take advice from people who already accomplished. So I was like, yes, I definitely want to go on a call with her because she has already accomplished a lot, and many of my friends also know you. So it was kind of a small circle, small worlds. Everyone knows each other because we are all part of the same field, even though we are on different subjects, but we all want to make a difference. And yeah, and in being a lady and multitasking all of this, I definitely want to take further advice from you in the detailed sessions, inshallah, for sure.
Thank you
And
so much. It was pleasure.
and when you
The
said,
meeting will be ending. Yeah, yeah. Tell me.
yeah, so yeah, these workshops also